White teacher asks me if my family from El Salvador is rich or something. Demands to know if this is why I do not have poems to pull out of the indigenous parts of myself. And the anger makes me so sick that I'm silent. And the guilt is so real that it must be mine. The whole day, I think about how my Tío Carlos was bottle-fed coffee because they could not afford cow's milk. And God bless my grandmother's body that could not produce enough to feed her first son. The guilt must have been so heavy, I wonder if it ever left. It's always the hardest to forgive yourself for the things you cannot do. But I tried. Asked my father, the best historian of our family's blood, what he knew about the Nahuatl people in our lineage. How much presence they have in a heritage we've always called home, he told me. We don't count by percentages. We are Salvadoreños. We are whole. Angry, white teacher asks me if my family from El Salvador is rich or something. If this is why I will not write the poem he wants for a competition. And isn't it funny how history repeats itself? Another white man discovers the ways in which he can take a brown girl and make her useful to him, breaks her people's history down into numerical values, and waits for her to write a piece people will congratulate him for. Tell her she's a true artist, a storyteller, but only if the white people in the audience can relate to it. Reminds her she is worth nothing unless he says so, unless he edits the piece first, unless he approves it as the angry brown girl poem all their public allyship needs to feed on. How could he make me feel guilty for not knowing enough about the indigenous parts of myself, of our people, when the world does so much to hide these memories and then convince us that they are too far back to be worth anything? When the real story is so painful, your DNA deja vus, your chest aches from learning something you've always needed to know, from learning something you should have known already. It's always the hardest to forgive yourself for the things you cannot do. And this poem is an apology to my ancestors or a conversation. I'm unsure how much you blame me for not knowing the things trampled under Catholic crosses and American bootstraps, or if you know that the guilt is so heavy, I wonder if it will ever leave. Perdóname. Pensé que aprender el español regresaría a mis raíces cuando en realidad nomás cambié la lengua de un colonizador para la otra. I am sorry. I thought learning Spanish would return me to my roots when really I only traded one colonizer's language for another. I am sorry. I am sorry. I am sorry for not looking for you sooner. I look for you in mirrors. Draw a map between my face and my father's and yours. Start from my nariz chata, to the hairline that birds waves the color of coffee my father drinks, to the one scar I have on my forehead, to the many my father holds deep between his pores. Please forgive me for not being able to apologize in your tongue. Perdóname por no saber sus nombres. It does not mean I will never learn.